Our next guest on Central Valley Business is Foothill Horse Rescue, and they have a nice video on our YouTube, and we've been running a little ad for you guys too, saying support Foothill Horse Rescue, and you're rescuing horses.
Yes, we rescue horses.
And why
donkeys, so any equine.
Any equine. So why do they need to be rescued now?
There are several reasons. We still have the foreclosures going on. We have people with job loss, and they just can't take care of them. They're an expensive animal to have. They're not a necessity. They're more of a privilege anymore. And we do slaughter-bound horses, which is a little different than other people. Reason for rescuing slaughter-bound horses is we cannot eat horse meat.
Right.
It's not raised like a cow.
Right. So you mean slaughter-bound, you mean there's horses on their way to be slaughtered?
Yes, they're on their way to be slaughtered, and a lot of it ends back up in our meat here in California and across the United States.
Okay.
We have a little display over there that shows lots of common products you can get at a feed store or off a Tractor Supply shelf, and it says right on it, not intended for human consumption.
It says it right on the product.
Yes, right on the product.
So if you put it into a horse, you don't want to eat that horse later because you put a product in that you don't want to consume.
Yes, correct. And it can last up to a year or longer, some of the products.
Wow. And a lot of times, I mean, it's kind of tradition. We just don't eat our pets.
True.
Yes. I mean, a horse is, really a big pet. A lot of us keep them like a dog or something. We don't even ride him anymore. It's just our pet, and we go out and talk to him and feed him and brush him and make him feel like part of the family. And, you don't want to...
No, you don't want to eat your pet. And we do adoptions. We rehabilitate and adopt out, and we have people that get them just for pets. And they can be, 15 years old, but they want a pet, not a dog. They want a horse, because that's what they have when they're a kid.
Yep, and they have the space, and it's fenced, and...
Yes.
Now, you when you bring a horse in, you don't know its background usually, right?
Correct.
So you have somebody work with it or train it or check its ability and training?
Yes, we have a trainer. This is Vanessa.
Vanessa does that, okay.
Yes, and this is my VP, Natalie.
Natalie, okay.
And this is my daughter, Ann. She helps take care of all the horses.
And Angela.
And Angela is the trainer's sister, and she helps take care of the horses too. And they both ride as well.
Now, so Vanessa, you get a horse in, you get on it right away? What do you do?
It depends on the condition, because sometimes we get horses that are bones, and we have to get weight on them. Do we get some sick horses? It just depends on the horse. If they have hurt leg or injuries, old injuries that prevent them from being ridden, that's why some are just pasture pets. And then some of the good, healthy ones, we do mess with them. I mess with them, and then if I feel safe enough and brave enough and have the courage to jump on it, I will, for sure. And
just about everyone.
Yeah.
You check out their feet and their legs and their condition to see where they are. But first, I guess you try to get them healthy.
Yes, we bring them back into health. We have vets, we have farrier, we have a dentist now that just came aboard here in the last month. So we get all their teeth done. So we're growing slowly. We like to get bigger.
Yeah, I had a horse that kept losing weight, and turned out it was a dental issue.
Yes.
Pulled a tooth, and next thing you know, he's happy and healthy, and we just couldn't figure out. A lot of times you ask the furrier, the guy who does the hooves, what's wrong? He's almost like your vet,
Almost.
Oh, yeah. Our farrier is really great when we have some issues. He's been around a long time.
And 9 times out of 10, it is their teeth.
Their teeth,
That's preventing them from gaining the weight.
Now, what are you looking for from the public? Donations?
We're looking for donations for adoptions as well. You can go to our website. It's foothillhorserescue.weebly.com, and we have our available horses on there. They can also do foster care, where they can take the horse for us and help put its weight back on, and get a tax deduction for that, because we are a 501c3. We have a couple fundraisers coming up. We actually have an ongoing one right now with H&R Block. You can go to our website and print out a flyer, take it in, and every new client that brings that in, we get $20 towards the rescue.
Wow.
This is the flyer.
We have we will have a horse tack at a yard sale second weekend of March off of Academy and Shaw, where we'll bring down some horses that are available for adoption, along with some tack that we've got donated and don't need, and then we'll have yard sale stuff too.
Now, do you need help at the ranch?
Oh, yes, we take volunteers.
Please come volunteer.
Yes.
It's a lot of work, right?
Yes.
You do a lot of it?
As a matter of fact, this last Sunday we had a volunteer day, and we were out because of the sun shining for quite a few days, and pins dried out, so we got to muck pins. So that was hard work, but it's fun.
Day.
Yeah, it was a great Valentine's Day.
With the horses.
Nothing more fun than that, right?
Yeah, nothing
It's
more
just
fun than
something you gotta
that.
do though.
So we're
Yes.
always looking for volunteers, definitely.
Now, I was interested, last time you were here, I didn't catch that website, but you can actually go to the website and look at horses.
Yes.
And maybe acquire one or to house it for you guys.
Yes, we call it fostering. You can take it, we actually have two different foster programs. We have a foster program where they take them and just get them healthy, and then we take them back for the tax write-off. And then every horse that we adopt comes with a 30-day foster trial first. So they get to take the horse home or to the boarding stable and ride it and see if they're a good fit.
See if the personalities fit and the,
Yes.
the
Yes.
abilities fit and make
And
sure the
if-
dedication is
If
there.
it
so
fits, we'll do the adoption. If it don't, we take it back.
Just take it back. Okay, now, sometimes the horses are, can be mean or mean-spirited or something like
Yes.
that. Has a trainer already worked with them and checked,
Yes.
evaluated their
Yes,
personality,
we
I
have
guess?
food aggressive horses, which you're talking about, where they're very aggressive to other horses or to a person because they've been starved. Sometimes they can come out of it, and sometimes they can't. It's just something you learn. It's further and further along with the horse when you have it. We have disaggressive horses in general.
So you evaluate the horses, but you gotta evaluate the people too, I guess,
Yes.
make sure they have the ability to take care of the horse and
Yes.
the
Yes, we
setup's
do
okay.
inspections before they leave. We go to their property and check out where they're going to be housed before we can take the horse. So that's part of our adoption too. We check,
The process.
that'd be the adoption process, correct.
I have a riddle I'll give you guys, and then by the end, we'll see if you can solve the riddle. Is every morning, my mom said, get out there and make sure your horse has water. And the horse trough was about 100 feet past the house. There's an old bathtub. Did not leak. There's no leaks in
Yep.
the bathtub. But the leaky hose ran out there and went into the bathtub. I'd fill it every morning. Every day when I got home from school, the bathtub was empty, and my mom's yelling at me again. I researched, there was no internet back then, but I researched, a horse can't drink that much water in a day. Where was the water going? And the bathtub was not leaking, but I'll ask you at the end and see if you guys can solve the riddle. Okay, so we used to also get a horse like from, I think, a girls' camp every year in the off-season, keep it. So it was like a fostering a horse for, I think we had it for 7 or 8 months a year. But you're saying maybe people can do that to just try out and see if a horse fits in with the family.
Yes, and we have people that do that just for their tax write-off. They'll come in, they'll pick out a horse, they'll foster it and get it all back healthy, and then we pick it back up to put it back into our adoption program.
Now, is that just somebody with a lot of grass, or would they have to buy alfalfa or grain?
Both. We have people that want to feed them, and we have people that have big property. Like we have 7 horses right now on 40 acres, and they're just eating their grass, and we check them every couple days to
And the
make sure
grass
they're
can
doing
be
good.
plenty for them?
Yes. And if we have one that starts to lose weight on grass, because some can't just live on grass, we'll pull them back out.
Okay.
But
The
yeah,
grass
we
grew
do-
pretty fast this year.
Yes, it
It's
did, and
really
I'm
tall and
thankful.
fast. Oh, yeah.
Very thankful, because grass is helpful.
Yeah, I don't even know how my mower, it's almost.
We just need to
two and
bring
a
the
half
horse
feet tall.
down.
Well, we could do that. Well, I have a lot of non-fenced area, that's what I'm worried about, so. Okay, have you guys solved the riddle yet?
The hose sucked it back out.
Hose, it siphoned it right back out
Yep.
every day, and it took me a long time to figure that out.
You want to know how come I know that? We've been there and done
Been there
that.
and done that. There's the littlest leak in the hose, we'll just pull it right
pull it
back
right
out of there. Okay, so let's give the website and contact information again.
It's foothillhorserescue.weebly.com, which is WEEBLY. And the phone number is area code 559-797-6191.
Anything else anybody wants to add? Do they just need help? I mean, this is I know this, it's a very expensive operation. You didn't really
Yes.
talk
Yes, it is.
too much about how expensive it is, but it's very expensive to do this. They're taking over somebody else's problem that somebody else caused.
Yes.
And they do it from the heart. And I know a few horse rescue places that are always just, you gotta buy alfalfa and grain and need vets and take care of the feed and stuff. It's
Yeah,
very
it
expensive. so.
runs an average of $2,500 and up a month, depending on what's coming in. Our adoption fees help, and donations help. It's still coming out of a lot of my husband's pocket. Natalie helps out, Vanessa, everyone. We have a whole board. Everyone chips in every month because there's just not enough to make all the ends meet. But we do it for the love of them, and it's all volunteer ran. So not any of us make any money.
Yeah, how about this? Just send a check. That would help a lot. Just come out and visit and say, hey, I'm the guy who sent the check or whatever. And
Yeah, just
Totally,
call
yeah.
us. Yeah,
Totally.
we're welcomed volunteers. Just call us and set up an appointment because we are quite busy with checking and inspecting, and we keep up on everybody that's been adopted as well.
Or
So-
come on out for the next volunteer day, which is
Which-
this Sunday.
Yes,
This
this
Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh,
We have
great,
one this
great.
Sunday, yes.
If you just want to, that'd be a good way to introduce your kids to horses and,
Definitely.
Yes.
and what it goes into them, because it's not just something you look at out the window. It's a
Yes.
lot
Right,
of,
it is a lot of work.
And I have to mention that we don't do riding lessons, and you don't get to ride the horse. It's just strictly a hands-on type of feeling and touching the horse, grooming a horse, and you know, of course, cleaning and mucking and stuff like that.
Yeah, when I was taught to work with horses, we started from the ground up, literally.
Yes.
We had to clean up first.
very good. All right.
Riding was last.
Foothill Horse Rescue. If you didn't get the phone number down or the web address down and you still want to find them, call us here at Central Valley Talk and we'll put them in touch with you. We'll be back with more Central Valley business right after this.